Sonic Movie 3 comes out in like a couple of days. So today, let's talk about who's going to show up in that post-credit scene. Let's get into it. Sonic Movie 3 is one of my last most anticipated films of this year. My other two being Mufasa the Lion King and, what was that one called? Oh yeah, Craven. But it was just recently revealed that Sonic the Hedgehog 3 will have multiple post-credit scenes. That's right, not just one, but two. And since we were already speculating who can show up in the first post-credit scene, let's talk about who could show up in the first and the second post-credit scene. So, I got a list of 4 candidates right here. Let's see who has a high chance of showing up and a low chance of not showing up at all. Starting with Metal Sonic is probably my favorite Sonic villain, and he is pretty intimidating. And I would really love to see him show up in the post-credit scene. In my opinion, 100% gonna show up. Because, I don't know if you noticed, but Sonic does give one of his quills to Robotnik. And we do know Robotnik's not gonna, be trustworthy, so who knows? He might be working on a little project behind Sonic's back, aka Metal Sonic. So for Metal Sonic, I'm gonna have to give him a 100% chance that he will show up in the post-credit scene. Besides, since this is probably one of Jim Carrey's last acting roles, they might want to set up the new villain for the new movies. And Metal Sonic is just the right pick for me. With Metal Sonic already discussed, let's move on to our next character, which is Amy Rose. She's pretty well known.
Those guys are always leaving me behind!
If Paramount had to pick one female character to show up first in their Sonic movie franchise, it'd have to be Amy. I mean, her pink color and her giant hammer make her stand out. Not only that, but she has a pretty spunky personality. In the past, always falling head over heels for Sonic. And now in modern times, yeah, she still has a bit of a, I like to say, hitting feelings for Sonic. But she can still stand on her own. So do I think she'll show up at the post-credit scene of Sonic Movie 3? I'm gonna have to say, if it's not the first post-credit scene, then it will be the second. So, I'm giving Amy a 99% chance of showing up. Besides, I don't know if you saw that theory that Maddie kind of predicts all of the post-credit scene characters with her shirt colors. But the evidence is pretty damning, so I'm just saying it could happen. Now let's move on to our next female character, which is Rouge the Bat. Let's just say a lot of people like her, including me. But moving on, will she appear? Well, I'm gonna have to give my honest response. Rouge the Bat is a little bit, I mean, this movie's PG. And let's just say the way she acts and dresses is a bit scandalous. Yeah, I feel like she might not have the highest chance of showing up. But don't get me wrong, I would love to see her in a future Sonic movie. So, what are the possibilities of her showing up in this third movie, if not the post-credit scene? Well, I'm gonna have to be honest with you guys, and it sucks to say this, but I'm gonna give her a 40% chance. I mean, I can't just see them pulling her in this soon, if not doing Amy first. So, yeah, 40% chance. Sorry, Rouge, you're one of my favorites, but maybe we'll see you in movie number 4. Okay, moving on to our last, but certainly not least character, who is Silver the Hedgehog. In my opinion, he's one of the underrated characters in this series. And I think his design's pretty cool. Not only that, but he's from the future, baby. That's right, everywhere is chrome. Deal with it. Also, Blaze is from the future, but we're going to focus more on Silver because Paramount has confirmed that they do have big plans for him in their movie franchise. So, do I think he's going to show up in the post-credit scene for Sonic Movie 3? I'm going to be honest with you guys. I say it's 50-50. I'll give him a 50% chance. Just because of Paramount saying that they have big plans for him, I could see it happening, but I can also see Metal Sonic or Amy happening more than him. Just because I feel like for the general audience, not a lot of people know Silver, which sucks because he's kind of cool. So that's what I think about Silver's chances of being in the post-credit scene. 50-50. Could happen, could not. Hopefully we do see him. And if you're asking me who should voice act him, let's go with Kevin Hart. Why not?
Help me! Help me!
Well guys, thank you for making it to the end of the video. Shadow, do you have something to say to our viewers before we go?
Sabrina Carpenter.
Oh, Sabrina Carpenter. Okay. Well, thank you guys for watching.